Hi, I'm Jonathan. I'm here applying for Reach Out Volunteers. I guess I'll start off by saying that I I studied at UC Berkeley, and there I majored in molecular environmental biology. The types of courses I took were things like marine mammals, studying all sorts of general information about all the marine mammals and how they're classified. I did a class about spider anatomy, and as well as a bunch of ecological courses of all sorts of different kinds, like general wildlife, landscape, insect ecology, microbial ecology, as well as astronomy. So I tried to do all the sciences. I did a couple of different courses like science fiction writing, philosophy, Buddhism, things like that. I'd like to now focus on I'm a little distracted by these animals. I hope that you're feeling entertained by them too. This is a giant thorny phasmid from Malaysia. It is one of the heaviest insects in the world. It's specifically the heaviest walking stick in the world. And the one on my hat, I'm not really sure where it is a Australian walking stick from Australia. And these are animals that I use at work for teaching. And they're good segues to my video section about my job experience. I don't know if this is exactly what you want to hear. So I started my main career working at a children's museum where I was an educator of live exhibits, all sorts of different kinds of animals. And I was also part of the animal husbandry team, and I specifically was in charge of the saltwater aquarium. From there, I worked as a canvasser for the previous election. Specifically, I walked door to door throughout East Oakland, trying to tell people who may not have access to neutral information about things that they could study. I mean, things that they could vote for that might help them. What I appreciate most about that job was that I was able to communicate with all sorts of people that I may not have been able to communicate with, and I learned a lot about the hardships that people in the world may face, and how they live through that, and how I can be a friend to them, how I can communicate with them, and help them if I can. So I don't know how long this video has gone on. I just want to talk about the business that involves these insects. That's called Save Nature, and what I do is I go around to all sorts of different communities, most often young schools, elementary schools, where we try to get people to maybe learn that animals like insects are not just pests, that they can be amazing. And most people have a phobia of these animals, and so especially exposing them to these types of experiences at a younger age, we've noticed may provide a bigger impact. So we try our best to do that. And again, this job has given me so much experience in public speaking, and especially while holding an animal, which still obviously is difficult for me. There's a couple more things I guess that I should include. My hobbies include obviously nature. I love everything about nature, all the way from the smallest atomic elements of our world to the astronomical, heavenly concepts. I love to explore all the types of biomes: deserts, oceans, the sky, the mountains, plains, the taiga, the chaparral where I live. I love all of them, and I wish I could continue to explore them throughout my life. I want to one day hopefully explore the stars and space. And then the last thing I want to leave in this video, I hope it's not gone past 5 minutes, I really hope it hasn't, is why I'm holding these animals. So I wanted to create kind of a symbol. These animals live in trees, and obviously they're camouflaged as parts of the tree, and they eat leaves. And what I wanted to say is that I feel very comfortable as kind of like a tree, and the symbolicness is trees are, first off, one with all of life, and they ensure that life can exist, and they communicate all with all that is existence, I believe, through all the things like their leaves and roots. And another thing is that they provide structure and shelter to all individuals who need it. And the last thing is that trees like to grow. And I've promised myself that I will continue to keep branching out until I've reached the stars, just like a tree. Alright, this is the end of this video. Thank you very much for listening. Have a nice day.